Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I would really like to open Innistrad Crimson Vow, and I'll tell you why. I do not think that this set is anywhere near as, I won't say bad, but yeah, bad as people are making it out to be. I think that it's just been way overprinted and that we have maybe theme burnout from Midnight Hunt. These boxes are $79 shipped right now. That is crazy. It's a standard Magic set. It's got good cards in it, unlike other sets in the past, like, say, Dragon's Maze or Born of the Gods or something, that just didn't even have good cards in them and were kind of dead money for a while. So I thought that it would be good to kind of test that theory, put our money where our mouth is, and just open one of these boxes, see how we do, and let that be that. If I'm horribly wrong here, I'm horribly wrong, and I'll admit it, and I'll maybe slow my roll when it comes to buying boxes of this to hold on to. But unlike other boxes too, there's a box topper. I agree that these box toppers are perhaps not the most special thing ever, but they're box toppers. Like, I don't know. I don't really get why something like this is just 79 bucks. If you've got a long outlook or a long time frame, I don't see how you could go wrong buying something like this. Let's see, what is our first card? Yeah, Change of Fortune, Full Art Forest, not bad. How's everybody doing today out there? Doing all right? I hope so. You know, I'm doing okay because I get to open a box of Magic cards today. Here we go. Let's just jump through to the end. We're going to grab a Graph Reaver, not bad, Island, and a Foil Weaver of Blossoms. Pretty cool. Da-da-da. Next pack. Let's see what we got inside. Da-da-da. I'm going to just jump right through to it. There's not much. Howling Moon. Very cool. Mountain. Foil Lunar Rejection. I think if you want to get a good feel for the true value of a set, then you open a draft box. Like, set boosters are great if you're just opening them, but if you want to understand like a set's true longevity, open up a set box and see Dreadfast Demon. I actually like this card. Open up a draft box and see how you do, because a draft box is going to be your best indication of, to me, just, you know, what is it like to open the set a long time from now? What is it really going to be remembered for? Howlpack Viper. That's my take. Like, I think set boosters are excellent. Like, I personally prefer opening set boosters because and hey, I guess the marketing worked. I really love the possibility of getting, oh, Jacob Hauken. I'm really liking this card for Commander. You know, obviously tap, draw card, then exile a card from your hand face down. You can look at it as long as it's exiled. You can pay 6 if you do transform. And then, obviously, we get an enchantment. So you can exile the top card face down. Once during your turn, you can play a land or cast a spell without paying its mana cost. So you're going to obviously want maybe some blink shenanigans to get this thing really popping off. But that is going to be an interesting Commander card. Or it's going to be worth 50 cents in the long run. Who knows? But let's see. We're in an era, too. Like, another like, oh, Dreamroot Cascade. The rare land cycle in this set is totally relevant, and that's another thing that I use to gauge like the overall viability of a set. But what I also meant to say was we are designing for Commander like forever now. So every set, see, bingo. Case in point, Old Ruststein. I actually really like this card for Commander. We are designing, or, you know, Wizards is designing for Commander forever now. So you're always going to have some chase card, chase mythic, relevant rare that is going to be playable. Oh, Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, case in point, right? Hullbreaker Horror. That's going to be playable long-term in Commander. So I just don't think that a set is a booster box of Magic in this era is going to stay. Oh, Odric. This is going to be a great card. It's going to stay $80 forever. Like, there's only upside to buying any sealed standard set in Magic for what this set, and also to a lesser degree Midnight Hunt, are going for right now. Winged Portent. I like Cleave. What do you guys think about Cleave? You know, for 6, you draw a card for each creature you control. Okay, well, we've got cheaper rates in Commander, let's say, for instance, for that. But the fact that for 3, at instant speed, you could draw a card for each creature with flying you control, I think that that is an example of a card that I like more than I like its mono green counterpart. I think more colors is good. We've already got enough 6 mana or sometimes 5 mana draw a card for each creature you control cards in green. We don't need another one, but a Simic one that lets you maybe plan a little bit more, or using like a bird deck. Like I have a Bant Birds deck. Maybe I'll do a deck tech on that sometime. Like that card's absolutely going in there. Absolutely. What do you guys think of the showcase cards? Blood Hypnotist. I'm not very close to the camera. Inspired Idea. Another Cleave. Sorcery speed for 3, draw 3 cards, but your maximum hand size reduced by 3 for the rest of the game. If it's late in the game and you're slinging, probably doesn't matter. There's another one. So yeah, I happen to like the set. I think that it's great. I think that it's crazy that the boxes are as cheap as they are now. Another Graph Reaver. Okay. Plains, Fierce Retribution. So I have picked up a fair amount of Crimson Vow particularly draft boxes. Nice, another land. So we've only gotten a couple of lands so far. I'd love to get some more. Yeah, I've picked up a fair amount of Crimson Vow draft boxes because I think that the price is great. I always pick up standard sets. Another Edgar. Pulled him on a recent pack opening. I really like that card. Excellent. But yeah, like I was saying, I've picked up a fair number of draft booster boxes because I do not think that it is a bad idea buying any draft box upon release at $80 to $85, $90. I do also always pick up a pre-order box from my local game store, but it's a really popular store and it can get pretty competitive to actually be able to find booster boxes there sometimes. So I always make sure I pre-order one, and then I do my best to try and just source the stuff as most competitively as I can, you know, times being what they are. Skull Scab. Nothing epic. We've only got one Mythic so far. I mean, we're not that far into the box. You can kind of see over here. But nothing super beefy. We've had 2 duplicate... Okay. Oh, as I say that, how about a foil Mythic? Cemetery Gatekeeper. What do you think about the Gatekeepers? So, for me, for this one, 2 mana, 2/1 first strike. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type, it deals 2 damage to that player. So, it's the exiled card. I don't know that... I'm going to have to double check this. I don't think that blinking this and, say, exiling a card of every type gets you anywhere, because it's... When they say the exiled card, they're talking about the card that you exiled with this ability. So I do not believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that you can keep blinking this. Exile like a reverse Tarmogoyf, like exile a card of every type, and then no matter what anybody does, it's basically like a mini Karavek the Merciless. I do not believe that the card works that way. However, I think that it would be interesting if you could blink it and kind of control what people are doing. I don't know. Maybe 2 damage doesn't really get you that far. In Commander. Still a cool card. Dominating Vampire. Oh, foil rare. Foil Mythic to a foil rare. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Voice of the Blessed. As long as it has 4 or more counters, it has Flying and Vigilance. Wow. As long as it has 10 or more counters, it has Indestructible. I like that card. I think that card is doing well and will do well in Standard. Let's see what's up next here. And Ulvenwald Oddity. I kind of liked this card. I was a sucker. Like, 4/4 Trample Haste for 4 in green is pretty sweet. And then, late game to transform into an 8/8 for, I think, 7, right? To get an 8/8 trample haste with other creatures you control have +1/+1 trample and haste. That's like a limited bomb right there, if you ask me. Limited bomb. Maybe we'll continue to have some life in standard. I don't know. I'm a fair weather stand. Oh, Cemetery Protector. This I liked. So 3/4 flash for 4. When it enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with that, create a 1/1. So if I'm in mono white right now in standard, I'm of the opinion that you find room for a card like this. Because your go wide strategy is on point with this card, like especially, turn 4, turn 5. You're going to exile a creature card. The trick is in mono white, you've got to find a way to kill or destroy a creature. Maybe that happens through blocking early on in the game, but I think there's tremendous upside. If you can manage to get a card in the graveyard with that, I really do like that card. I think it's awesome. I also think it's really commander playable too. You always got to think of the commander factor, especially when you're evaluating a set these days. Investigator's Journal, not the greatest. So what I'll do to sort of continue to... Oh, are there pull tabs? See, I screw the pull tab up every time. I open the pack like an old school dummy. I am an old school... Oh, Geralf, Visionary Stitcher. Zombies have flying, because the world needs more flying zombies. Blue tap, sack a non-token creature. Create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sack creature's toughness. Mono blue zombies, I think, as a commander deck would be wild if you could do it. You're probably going to need some changelings to help you out. Could you imagine? Somebody build mono blue zombies for me. I'll do it first. Hallowed Haunting. Yes. I don't think I need to explain much about this card, but as long as you have 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment, create a spirit creature token with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of spirits you control. This card is a powerhouse. I'm really glad we pulled one. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Like I was saying, at the end of this, I will total everything up and let you know how we did on this particular box. Patchwork Crawler. Hey, there's one of our mono blue zombies. It's not looking like an absolute knockout. Like we haven't gotten a foil planeswalker or anything quite yet. I think that this box, like just doing one box as our, Torrens in a showcase. It's pretty cool. I think this is a solid commander, but this is a 50-cent card forever. It's just a cool bulk, mid-range guy, 2/2 for 3. It's got training, which is kind of cool. But whenever you cast a creature spell, you get a 1/1 human soldier that also has training. So not too bad. This box is not feeling awesome to me, but the fact that it's not feeling awesome because there are other really great cards in the set definitely says something. Sometimes you can just get a lackluster box. Okay, foil showcase. Skip right past there. Ascendant Pack Leader. This is a great standard card, obviously. I won't bore everybody by continuing to read it. I may need to do another one, and I'll do like an average across them, which I know you can just look that info up online, but I think you got to live the opening. Creepy Puppeteer. I think you've got to open stuff yourself if you want to formulate an opinion. I don't know that to some extent I think you can trust data online, but it's not really going to mean anything to you until you actually go spend your money, buy a box, keep the cards. Another Cemetery Prowler. No, sorry, our first Cemetery Prowler. This card is obviously a good standard card. If anything, like, forget the text. I'm getting a 3/4 vigilance for 3. And I think, unfortunately, in standard these days, for like a just green creature to be somewhat relevant, it's got to have an incredible rate. So 3/4 for 3. Power creep. Dream Shackle Geist. Not the greatest. Yeah, there has not been any real spice in this box. Like, I haven't seen Necro Duality or... I mean, Hallowed Haunting was a pretty nice pull. But also, this is a draft box. Like I say... Oh, Mirror Hall Mimic. I like this card. I won't keep saying I personally like a card and then not talk about it anymore. That's kind of annoying. Like I say, I think opening a draft box is your best indication of what a set feels like, can do. Another Dream Shackle Geist. We just got one of those. We've only got 2 packs left, so let's see what happens here. Just gonna roll through. Oh, Henrika, nice. So we've gotten a few mythics. We've gotten what, 4 mythics? What, plus a foil, so 5 mythics so far. That's pretty on curve, I think. A day token. I don't know. Just really as an aside, I think that the day-night mechanic is cool, but I don't think they should be designing mechanics that require tracking for the rest of the day. Like, the other player now has to also remember what's day and what's night. And if there's one card in your commander deck that has the day-night mechanic on it for whatever reason, and it dies, and it's like, okay, day-night is not a part of my deck. You have to like either decide as a house rule that you're not going to care about it, or keep flipping that thing for the rest of the game. Shattered Sanctum, excellent. We can end on a land. Okay, not too bad. Now, the moment we've probably all been waiting for, the box topper. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that they glue them to this protective cardboard. You got to be really careful getting it off if you don't want to damage or bend what's inside. But I had so many Ikoria box toppers that were just like completely bent in half and curled like nobody's business because it just got shifted around inside. Okay, ready? And whoosh. Quincy Harker. Ah, no! That doesn't help our box at all. The card's beautiful, but I saw the non-foil of this in a like 25-cent bulk box at my local game store the other day. The problem with doing box toppers, and I think this is why this set is not getting a lot of love, the problem with doing box toppers and making them uncommons is that they don't feel special. I don't know what harm there is in either expanding the cards that could be box toppers, like design 15 extra just interesting cards at rare, even though they're just objectively maybe not even rare. But don't reprint uncommons from the set that are worth nothing and never will be as box toppers. Come on, this box topper is not really worth anything. So, but they look at that, much better. Let's see some quality control here. Looks pretty good. It definitely survived because of the backer, I would say. Excellent, awesome. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned to the channel for more thoughts on Magic, pack openings, thoughts on collecting, and overall good times. See ya. Okay, back. This box, I think it was about as good as it felt. Grand total of everything without the lands, without the box topper, and without the foils is around $61. This is according to the prices that show up on MTG Goldfish, which I think takes like the market average. But the lands, you've got to also consider the lands in this set. Some of the lands sell for over $1. Some of them sell for $0.25. So I took 50 cents as an average for each land, although I did get a good number of ones that sell for well above that, and a couple, which usually the plains, big surprise, that sell for less than that. So if you think 36 of these very unique lands, you're not going to see these lands again. And once you really get up on them, they are really cool. I mean, if they didn't have the colored borders, they might fall a little flat to me, but if you consider 50 cents a land, you're about where you pay what you paid for the box. I mean, you're talking about just shy of $79 there. Paying $80 for the box and then getting $80 worth of cards out of it, to just add to your collection. And that's not counting, obviously, always, I've got this brick of cards here to use for whatever I'd like, cubes, you know, chaos drafts, whatever down the road. I'll do another video on commons and uncommons I think are really viable from this set for, at the very least, Commander. Maybe Standard, but at the very least, Commander. So you've got to consider there's probably a couple cards worth hanging on to here that, you know, if you needed to go out and buy one day because you're like, I need a couple copies of that, you know, really good common that synergizes with my mono blue zombies, maybe. I don't know. You're going to have to go drop a quarter on it at either your local game store or an order online. So there is some value in, you know, the bulk that's left over. How much? I'm not sure. So anyway, not a horrible box. Thank you again so much for sticking around. If you'd like to follow along with the channel and our journey as we open more, talk more, discuss more, and hang out together, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help us grow a lot, and it'll keep us bringing stuff like this to you on a regular basis. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.